Hey everyone, welcome to another video here at Greenland Garden Center. My name is Aron, manager of the hard goods department, and today we're going to be talking about soils and soil amendments. So we're going to start off with topsoil. We don't have a sample here, but we're going to go over what it is and where to use it. We sell topsoil out in our bulk yard. We also sell it in bags. So bulk works out to be a more cost-effective, bags a little easier to handle, up to you which one you prefer. Both about the same product. So what topsoil is when they're doing new development, they scrape all that good topsoil that has been previously used and planted on, had things growing in it, they scrape all that off, and that's what they sell as topsoil. So around here it's loam, sand, maybe a little bit of clay, but not too much, because given that it's a topsoil, top layer. Where do you use it? What is it good for? So you're using it in your yard where you have to level off a low area. So say you had an area that's sunk. Say, you did some digging in the yard and you had a sunk area. Topsoil is soil. It will not really break down any more than it is. It may settle a little, but if you put it in an area, if you put 4 inches of topsoil, it's going to stay 4 inches of topsoil. So use it in those areas where you have to fix, a divot or a spot in the yard, or you need to level something. Under lawns, if you're putting some sod in, if it's a new area and you're actually sodding the lawn, throw the topsoil on there. The other thing topsoil is good for is for mixing with other ingredients, and we're going to talk about those soon. When you're planting trees and shrubs, if your soil is not great in your yard, lots of clay, lots of heavy soil, get rid of some of that soil, use 2/3 topsoil, 1/3 compost, and plant back in the hole. So yeah, that's topsoil in a nutshell, used primarily in areas where you need to fill, where you need to do lawn work, or if you're planting trees and shrubs. Do not use topsoil in containers, just not the right material for it. So from topsoil, we go to garden mix. So what garden mix is, it's a mixture of 1/3 topsoil, 1/3 peat moss, 1/3 compost. This is a lighter mix, again, used primarily in the ground. So if you had veggie beds, new flower beds, perennial beds that you were making, if you wanted to plant trees and shrubs and you didn't want to mix a bunch of ingredients together, you could get a load of this. It's available in bulk. Again, you can get it delivered or you can pick it up. Get a load of this, replace some of your old soil with this garden mix, and you're good to go. Mix of topsoil, compost, peat moss. Compost is going to add some nutrients. Peat moss is going to help keep everything light and fluffy. It's going to hold some moisture as well. It's a ready to go mix for your yard, especially areas like veggies, raised beds, new areas of planting, or planting trees and shrubs. So yeah, that's the garden mix in a quick rundown. We don't carry it in a bag. You can mix your own with those 3 ingredients I mentioned, but bulk is the way to go for garden mix. Going from garden mix, we have compost. So compost is the workhorse of the garden. What compost does is it brings life to your soil, adds bacteria, microbes, it holds moisture, it adds nutrients, it helps to break up clay because it has various particle sizes in it. Compost is available in bulk, and what our compost here in bulk is, it's locally sourced. It's decomposted plant material. It's not manures, it's not anything like that. It's plant material that's been composted. The benefits of that is you still get a good amount of nutrients, not too much nitrogen like you would with the animal manures. Not too much salt because it's plant-based as well. So you can buy it in bulk, pick it up, get it delivered. This is good for everything in the yard. The general rule of thumb for compost is 1/3 compost to 2/3 everything else. So if you're doing, like they said, the tree and shrub, mix 1/3 compost, 2/3 other soil. If you're amending a veggie bed, 2 inches of compost across the top of a veggie bed every year, you'll have the best soil on the block. Flower beds, perennial beds, same idea. Use compost, put 2 inches every year if you can, work it in a little bit, or just plant right on top of it, and you'll have really, really good soil. One last thing you can do with compost is you can use it to top dress the lawn. If your lawn is poor, maybe your soil's not the greatest in your area, put some compost on the lawn, rake it in every year, and again, your lawn will benefit. It does come in bulk like we mentioned. It also comes in bags. So the #1 compost that we sell here by far is sea soil, made in Vancouver Island. It's organic compost. They take forestry byproduct, fish byproduct, compost it together. Don't worry, there's no smell, there's no odor. It's well broken down, holds tons of moisture, has tons of nutrients. It's a really, really strong, good compost. Do not use that straight anywhere. You have to mix it. 1/3 of this to 2/3 something else. I would literally, and do literally use this everywhere in the yard. I put it in when I'm planting my flower containers. When I'm doing veggies in a veggie bed or in a container, I mix 1/3 of that in. My lawn, I top dress on my lawn with it. In the beds, 2 inches every year. Raised garden bed, 2 inches every year is great. Planting new trees and shrubs, get rid of some of that oiled soil. Maybe your soil's even good. Maybe you have good workable soil in your tree and shrub area. Dig it up, get rid of a third of that old soil, put a third compost in, the sea soil compost, and you'll notice a huge benefit. One other form of compost that we carry, this is a granular compost. So this is for the gardener that maybe doesn't want to go through the work of hauling a bunch of compost. They don't have a wheelbarrow, they don't have access to all these things. Granular compost, they take compost like this, they dry it, they put it in a pellet. You can put it in your fertilizer spreader. You can spread it on the lawn. You can spread it in beds. You can spread it wherever you would spread compost. You'll see once water hits it, it puffs up a little bit, breaks down. And this is getting the benefits of compost without the work of doing all the work for compost. So yeah, granular compost. The sea soil container mix. So what this is all the benefits of sea soil, but they lighten it up with some peat moss, some cocoa fiber, some perlite. They add a few other ingredients. This can be used straight in your containers. Veggie containers especially. They love moisture, they love nutrients. Anything where you're really intensively planting, maybe you really intensively plant your annuals really close together, or you grow some big annuals in containers, use this container complete straight in your containers and to get the benefits of sea soil all year long, which would be moisture holding, nutrients, and just a really good soil. So yeah, one last thing we'll touch on. We kind of went through the topsoil, the garden mix, the compost, the soilless Nutriloam, is potting mix. So we do sell potting mix, obviously. This is primarily used in containers. You don't want to be using this in the ground generally. You don't want to be using this in raised beds, containers. This is a mix of peat moss, perlite. It's really light, allows moisture to be held, but also allows really good drainage. There's not a lot in this, so I'd recommend if you're using any kind of potting mix, add some sea soil compost, add some compost from the yard, whatever you have, amend this a little bit. But this potting mix, it comes in many different sizes and shapes. This potting mix is the basis for any of your container growing. So yeah, that was a quick rundown on kind of what we have, what you can use in the yard if you're not sure. If you have more questions, give us a call, come in and see us. We can help you with further information. There's tons of other soil amendments, tons of other soils out there that we can get into. We just wanted to make this a quick and short version for you. So yeah, thanks for joining us for another video. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more videos like this. So yeah, thanks for joining us.